Nora's typing away like a tornado on her phone. I'm too curious to resist the temptation. She's too focused to notice. I lean toward her to get a clear view of her screen, texting someone with great intensity. With great intensity and a lot of words, like a lot.
Are you texting?
What? Polly, you scared the crap out of me. What did you do that for? Sneaking around like that?
Could have stomped up and slapped you on the back of the head and you wouldn't have noticed. Well, come on, spill.
No one. Just a friend. Hey, cut it out.
Yeah, again, that sounds like it should have with benefits at the end. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm Yoka the Tail Spinner, and this is Tales Over Coffee. We start the day with a narrative game and a cup of coffee in the hope of welcoming a blessed day. We turn now to Harmony, the Fall of Reverie. We enter Chapter 2. A day without a lead. I need to talk to Nora and Laszlo and go over our options. It's been 5 years since the last time I'd seen her. It's weird to be back. So much has changed. So much is new.
What's the plan?
Laszlo, Nora and I are in the kitchen, a bit phased out and a bit lost. Still half asleep. I love the way that the kitchen is in the middle of a drained swimming pool.
I just woke up, Grandpa.
Grandpa. Nora's always called her grandfather that. Of course, Laszlo's always hated the term, but it's
The
stuck.
plan is to find some breakfast.
You mean get me to make you some breakfast, hmm?
Oh god, it's one of my nephews.
If you're offering.
They're smiling, but there's desperation in their eyes. We have no idea what to do.
Polly, got any more substantial, less food-oriented ideas, dear?
I'm trying to figure out our next move. We don't know where Ursula is. Not a clue. We need a lead.
We need a miracle.
Well, possibly. The entrance bell rings. A couple of short, decisive presses.
You were saying?
Could it be the aspirations? Could it be the help Truth mentioned before? Could it be something from Chaos? Consequences and outcomes. The next node's barrier was removed by the outcome you chose at the end of the previous act. For now, things are kept simple, but it might be different later. Let's see what fate has in store for you. That's sure Ursula didn't go noticed. Would have been more open. Ursula's disappearance, or a stranger at the gate. We kept Ursula's absence quiet. I'll take the risk. Oh, we can't. It's locked. We can only go with keep it quiet. Yeah, because that's what we agreed, didn't it? Before anyone else can move, I head over to the gate to see who it is. Laszlo and Nora follow in silence. That's a beautiful place. The terrace. Oh, that's their mother's house. It is beautiful. It's a man, a stranger, sure-footed, the shadows of a smile on his lips, a glimmer in his eyes. Hello? All dark and handsome. Nice. He's impressive, attractive. I've seen that glimmer before in university folk. Professors, experts. Sparkle of
Can
expertise.
we help you?
I'm looking for Ursula.
We kept her disappearance a secret, but still, someone cared.
Us too. Sorry, but we have no idea where she might be.
That's concerning.
It is. He's so
Again,
calm.
because she missed our last appointment.
Appointment. You're a therapist, perhaps?
Who are you exactly?
I own a bookshop on Liberation
Oh,
Road.
bookshop.
Academic stuff, mainly. Well, that's in these days, right? Nerd stuff.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I specialize in literature about the Oxyon culture. Topic Ursula and I both study.
Oh, so a partner study. Gotcha. The Oxians, the culture that once stood on this land, builders of the temples, word melders and poetic fishermen. Like many cultures around the Mediterranean. Could they be linked to the Reverie? To whatever's going on?
Nobody in town had heard from her, so I closed up my shop and came here.
I thought initially some of it looked Indian-themed. But if they're talking Mediterranean, that's some distance away, is it? Are we talking about European and Middle Eastern themed? That could be.
But this was her forwarding address. For orders, you know?
He looks around the building from the gate. Impressive, but showing its age. Honestly, I kind of wish I was more culturally adept at world cultures, but I am what I am.
Not surprising, I guess. This place used to be a haven for poets and artists. Free thinkers of all kinds.
The comment rings harsh, but it's true. The Naiads isn't as important to Athena as it was 10 or 15 years ago.
She never mentioned you, Mr.
Please, call me Omar.
Omar. I'm Nora.
Polly, that's Laszlo. I'm Ursula's daughter.
I felt that might be the case.
He smiles faintly. That doesn't look like a smile. That looks like he's shocked. Enough for me to guess that the aspirations might be behind this. Tooth led him here. That's certain.
Why don't you come in?
Does he know about the aspirations, or is he just guided by them unknowingly, as are most of us? That's a hell of a tree. Ursula's last notes. Oh, hang on. Too far forward. A cautious meeting. Who is this man? It's hard to focus. The four of us walk toward the building, none of us saying a word. The lawn is gorgeous. In the summer, the whole community of Elma gathers here. A soup kitchen is often run out of the kitchen. Ursula cooks for a battalion, while Laszlo serves food and helps along with everyone else who's around.
So, first time here?
It's a good question. Not everyone on the island has visited the Naiads, famous as it is.
Yeah. I moved to Athena a couple of years back. Did my master's on the Oxion civilization, so obviously I had to come here to finish it.
I smile. I did the exact opposite. Studied here until I could get as far away from Athena as
How
possible.
did you end up living here?
We've been here since forever. Ursula used all of her money to keep this place afloat.
Now it's just debts and leaky pipes.
At his granddaughter's words, Laszlo nods. And that draws a smile from Omar. Good, the tension seems to be clearing. What the hell are you grinning that the house is falling? Is Truth behind Omar's visit?
Perhaps.
No, hi Truth. Their voice in my head feels like a swarm of bees rushing through my skull.
Consider Omar here a helpful stranger, encountered on an unknown path. One who does not know the way, but is in possession of a map.
That's a fascinating voice. You've got about 2 or 3 different voices there. A wave of gratitude emanates from the aspiration. Is this their way of thanking me?
Think of this as a resetting of the balance.
This stranger may be the key to finding my mother. Laszlo and Nora seem to realize this too. It looks like they're dying to interrogate him.
So, what do you know about Ursula? Did you notice anything strange about her?
Calm down, Grandpa. But did she say anything to you about leaving? About going away? Do you have any leads?
Push, push, push. Hopefully he'll know something. Truth is still there, a presence behind my eyes.
I'd let them ask their questions before letting him into your sanctum. You can never tell with people. Not these days.
Very true, very true. Good God.
But you sent him to us.
More like he washed up on your shores.
So you're saying he's all washed up then? My eyes practically roll themselves. I feel the weight of power and bond arrive. And something else, a faint presence I'm not familiar
Whatever
with.
they might say, Truth is relieved. As are we all.
Yes, thankful also.
You're welcome. But right now, I've got a stranger to deal with.
The odd presence remains silent before fading entirely, but I have more pressing matters to attend to. Omar's managed to appease Nora and Laszlo, but I need to make sure we can trust him. The 2 symbol means that several nodes are available and you must play a certain number of them in order to progress onwards. Here you must choose 2 nodes among the 3 that are available before moving on. Once here for us, a stranger at the gate. Looks like that's locked, yes. Oh, we've done a stranger at the gate. What am I doing? Yeah, we're up to here. Yeah. So we can do ask about the Oxians. What does Athena's civilization have to do with Ursula? Weary about their friendship. What was there between them? Is he a new lover? Sounds saucy. Ask when he last saw her. When was the last time he heard from Ursula? That's a good start. As I get a better look at Omar, I can tell he's travelled a lot. It's the little things, mannerisms you don't find in people here. It feels like he's trying too hard, like his calm exterior is a facade that might be what's pushing Laszlo away.
So, Ursula, how often did you 2 meet?
She popped by the bookshop when she was in the area. Every few days. And
Oops, Laszlo stiffens just a
She
little.
never mentioned you.
she talks about you all the time. I went to your bar once and I was struck by how similar you were to her description. Again, it's a compliment.
Seems like a nice guy.
Let's not get sidetracked.
And not a nice guy, TM.
The
You know what I
last time
mean.
you saw her was...
A few weeks ago, she came by to borrow a book I'd recommended. Oxion Legacy and the Spiritualist Diaspora. She didn't seem out of sorts. Oh, I actually bought something that could be of help.
As Omar rummages through his pockets, I feel the unmistakable weight of Power's presence.
Whether Omar means to or not, he brings great upheaval.
Right now, upheaval or no, he's all we've got.
Upheaval can be a good thing. But the revolutions around the world, some of them were terrible, some of them worked really well. Alright, check out their friendship. It's too saucy to ignore. I mean, I probably should go for a query about the Oxians, but is he her lover? Who can ignore that one? Just how well did you know my mother?
So you and Ursula were friends?
Omar looks momentarily taken aback, the gleam in his eyes dimming as he ponders the question.
Yes. Yes, I suppose we were. We bonded over our love of the Oxion culture and... Yes. Friends.
Sounds a bit more like...
But I haven't known her that long. A few months, maybe?
The way he said that sounds like it should have with benefits at the end. I hear Laszlo cross his arms, a rustle of fabric followed by a barely audible grunt. Nora sees attention. Laszlo and Ursula have a pretty open relationship. Why the attitude? Why the concern?
Wow. I guess it's our
Open
lucky
relationship.
day. You might be just the person we've been looking for.
Before I can agree, a peal of laughter rings across the courtyard. No one's smiling. But there's the laughter again, quick and manic. Chaos.
Look at him! For a man who prides himself on being pure-hearted, he's quite the bleeding heart.
I tried to ignore the fizzing sensation at the back of my mouth.
Oh, you're no fun.
I nearly spat that all across the screen, you bugger. Swiftly as they appeared, the cloud of their presence retreats, their laughter echoing across the sea below. Ursula's last note. I can't believe she'd started writing again after all this time. I can't say I trust him, but he's our best lead so far. At Laszlo and Nora's nod, I beckon Omar inside.
Here. I found these. I think they might provide a clue. Or a lead. Or... Well, I'm not a detective, but... They look relevant, at least.
He passes me a few crumpled scraps of paper.
Ursula's handwriting.
Yes. It's part of her latest work. She gave them to me a few weeks ago and claimed she had a notebook somewhere containing the rest.
I think I can help you. I know exactly where it is. Wait here, all of you.
Okay. So what's this going to lead to? He almost pirouettes it out on his way out. Nora stifles a laugh despite the reasons behind our meeting.
You're becoming our lucky charm.
Well, I was just worried about Ursula. It's, good to know I'm not alone.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Now that we have a lead, there's no stopping us.
I can't help but smile at Nora's confidence, but before I can speak, Laszlo practically batters down the door on his way back.
She told me where it was years ago. No secrets between us. But I couldn't bring myself to open it and read it. It's her personal stuff, you know?
Laszlo, adorable Laszlo. Even with Ursula missing, he still thought it would be wrong to read her notebook. Everybody looks at the damn thing. It's pretty, but opening it feels like a betrayal.
Perfect. I know we might regret this later, but sometimes the unethical thing to do is the right one.
Really? What have you and Nora been up to? You and Ursula been up to? Nora, ooh. Mind you, it seems to like him. He leaves through the notebook, a sorry-looking and surprisingly thin affair. A concerned look darkens his
It's
face.
filled, cover to cover. Too much for one person to read. If I just... there.
What have you found? Omar slowly unties a leather cord, binding the pages together. I've never heard Laszlo make that noise before, a kind of strangled snort.
Nora, was it? Here. 2 sheets. Laszlo, take these 3. I'll take these other 3, and Polly, these are yours.
Fair enough. He hands out the pages as if they were flyers for the biggest concert of the year. So that's 11 pages and it's too much of handwriting and it's too much for someone to read. I mean, she might have tiny handwriting, I suppose.
What have you...
I hope you'll all agree this is no time for unnecessary hesitation. The sooner we read Ursula's work, the sooner we'll find out if she left any clue to her disappearance.
Laszlo's face is beet red, but he drops his gaze to the pages before him. I take a look at the now homeless sheets in my hand. It looks like a foreword, and the opening chapters. Got, what, 3 pages and it's the opening chapters? How small are the chapters? They seem to be about family, the Oxians, and... I squint at the hastily written notes. A diatribe on life, the future, and her anxieties. I never knew. One sentence stands out from all the rest. The words sound alien when set against Ursula. I thought I knew.
Bound to live in a world where I drown in the memory of you. The rage inside still hasn't burnt away the tears. I'll meet you again in a fraction of time.
That is poetic. I like it. I mean, it's pretty dark. I shouldn't necessarily like it, but...
Someday.
Who is she talking to? Not talking about. Good question. Click on Laszlo. Oh, that's locked. So we just have here right now. See how Nora's doing. Nora seems frightened. Oh, Omar notices my reluctance. I can't believe we tore it apart. This node is inevitable. It must be played to unlock other nodes. Jane watches over me for a moment. Should we be doing this? Trawling through my mother's secret? Of course. You never know what fun things you might find out. Omar notices my hesitation and beckons me over with a jerk of his head.
I know. This feels wrong. But you know as well as I do.
That it's the only way. I do. Why did she even give you those pages?
Because I asked. She was writing again. For the first time in a long time, she said. She wanted an unbiased opinion, and I, offered my services.
But you never read them?
Once I saw they were poems, No. I thought she was working on some new Oxion translations. Verse, though, not my bag.
So you're a complete nerd with no soul, got it.
So much for the enlightened academic shtick.
My mother's work can get a little heavy sometimes.
I clenched my teeth as I pushed back the
But
memories.
there's new stuff. From the notebook. It's full of references to Oxion traditions and rituals. A treasure trove, really. I'm going to go back to it. Why don't you go and check on the others? They look a little... lost.
Timer. This node is subject to a timer, represented with that icon, a stopwatch icon. This lower part. The timer will decrease by 1 whenever a node is played. When the timer hits 0, the condition will be resolved and the barrier will break. Ah. 6 turns. I see. We'll check on our sister Nora first. Nora looks, well, incensed. She's almost shaking with rage, or is it fear?
Hey. Everything okay?
No reaction. She's glued to her phone, her fingers are blurred as they tap word after word onto the screen.
Nora?
What?
Oh, hey.
She's upset.
I just... You look a little...
Polly. Wait. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap.
Ursula's poems. That good, huh?
Something like that. They're all about her dreams, how vivid they could be. I've read her work before, and this is by far the most literal I've seen her. According to this, she dreamed a lot about family, us, where we've been, and where we're going.
Bond's influence, maybe?
She says the poems claim that she can predict the future.
As soon as the words are out, she's back on her phone, her face is flushed, mouth tight. What's got me so frightened? Is she texting truth? I wonder what is making her so focused. Or what's going on power, some things that I'm not particularly keen on power. Node is inevitable. Oh, I have to play both of them, do I? Nora is typing away like a tornado on her phone. I'm too curious to resist the temptation. She's too focused to notice. I lean toward her to get a clear view of her screen, texting someone with great intensity. With great intensity and a lot of words, like a lot.
Are you texting?
What? Polly, you scared the crap out of me. What did you do that for? Sneaking around like that?
Could have stomped up and slapped you on the back of the head and you wouldn't have noticed. Well, come on, spill.
No one. Just a friend. Hey, cut it out.
Yeah, again, that sounds like it should have with benefits at the end. I crane my neck for a better look and she angles the screen away from me. Wait a minute, is that...
Jade?
Maybe. I was going to, you know, text her, but now I'm not so sure.
I didn't know you two were text level friendly.
Text
That's so
level
cool.
friendly. Is that what we're
What are
going
you
with?
talking about?
Text level friendly, so yeah. Okay, that's a polite way of putting it.
Nothing. Stuff. The poems, if you must know, they're all about Ursula's dreams, and there's a line about that stuff, egregor, and predicting the future. I thought it might help with Jade's work, but I don't know. They're just poems.
I feel my mouth pull up into a grin. That's clearly not the only reason she was texting Jade. Nora sees my face and blushes crimson. Yeah, you're a Jade groupie, aren't you?
I think it's a good idea. Texting her. Every little bit helps.
You think so?
I do. Oh, but be sure to tell Omar too. This is right up his alley.
The whooshing sensation almost knocked me off my feet. Chaos. Oh, welcome back.
Please, Polly dear, leave Omar out of this. He'll figure it all out eventually. Now, Jade and Nora. That's where the fun's at. I want to know more about this burgeoning friendship we've got on our hands. And by the look on your face, I'm not the only one.
I step back, giving Nora a bit more privacy. Well, that is locked now. Okay, that's not inevitable. One of these two was. Get it. Send Nora over to Omar. Bond crystal. That gives us bond and power. But we don't have a bond. Ooh. Can we play this side now? Yes. No. They're locked. Alright. Well, we can't do that because we don't have the stuff. There's got to be send Nora over to Omar. Bond, it is vital to know when to ask for help and how to share strengths with each other. Nora scoops up the sheets containing Ursula's
Time
poems.
to have a chat with Omar, I guess.
Yes. We need to tell him about the egregor. All the dream stuff. Hopefully it'll help.
Sounds like a plan, Nora. Despite the circumstances, I'm happy we're doing this together.
We smile at each other. Nora had been a precious addition to what I call my family. I actually welcomed her and Laszlo without hesitation, and I did too.
Also, I'm happy we're doing something good together.
Oh no. Don't say anything else, please.
Bit too mushy for you? Nora and I used to create these elaborate pranks. We used to move furniture and artwork across the Naiads at night, and when everybody was partying, and these were the days before I left and before something changed with my mother.
I know we will find her.
I smile, as if Nora could read my mind.
No. Despite our relationship, I want to get her back.
I know. Let me talk to Omar. This'll cheer him up.
He gives me a little eye roll and strides over to Omar, whose face immediately lights up as she starts to explain. Good. Any clue is a good clue at this point. Now we come over here. Check on Laszlo, he seems concerned. I go over to check on Laszlo. His eyes are a blur as they scan Ursula's words, but he looks up as I approach.
Hey, done already?
Not exactly.
Would you look at that? The old man actually came out ahead. I just wrapped these up. Poems, of course. All about family.
Major focus of Ursula's then.
Our family?
It takes a big gulp of air, that bad, huh?
I'd say so. Your mother is many things, but subtle, no. There's one about relationships, the push and pull of the family unit. Your mother as a young girl thinking of her future. And the second, that one's about a lost love, one she can only find in dreams. Unless the gods will it, whatever that means.
Someone she met at Reverie?
That doesn't bother you? Her talking about love like that? Like something out of reach?
Look, your mother's never been a one-man woman. She was always crystal clear about that.
I'm confused. As I understand it, Holly Harmony is Nora's sister. Nora is the child of Ursula, which would mean she is too, unless it's a half-child, whatever. Either way. And that's Nora's grandfather, possibly her grandfather too. Let's go with that for now. Which would mean he is Ursula's father. So why are they talking as if they're in a relationship? I mean, are they from Arkansas? My mother's in an open relationship. It took me a while to understand that it isn't a young people thing, it's a regular thing.
And I love her for that as well. She and Nora.
It always amazes me when young people think they were the ones who invented every form of non-traditional relationship that exists. Yeah, if you're young and thinking you're the only one who discovered kink, you don't know what your grandparents were up to. You don't know what their grandparents were up to. You can go back millennia and find it. Probably go back to the caves and find it. He jerks his head in Nora's general direction. And by the way, I'm not saying an open relationship is kink. I'm just saying that even taken to that degree.
Both help me to understand that love doesn't bind or restrain.
That's my Laszlo. Grizzly bear on the outside, teddy bear on the inside.
But in here, she mentions a presence so strong it can be seen in every line. Every word.
I've rarely seen such a healthy relationship. I wish I could say the same about me and my mother. I'm really confused as to the family tree here. Omar's done with poems. Carefully plotted encounter. Ursula's secret quest. Oh, what's troubling not? Okay. That's going back through things. Right, so we play one of these and this. Wasn't there a third poem? Truth, something isn't right. He's hiding something and he has a reason for it. This node is inevitable. It must be played to unlock other nodes. Gain a truth crystal. Well, they say the shoe shall make you fret. Or the shoe shall set you free. One of the two. Let's go with that. Hang on a second.
Isn't there a third sheet with another poem?
I don't think so. Just these two.
Liar. Oh, my dad's
Actually,
over.
I think there was a third. Well, unless I dropped it. No, there was definitely a final poem.
Laszlo shapes pointedly not looking at Omar. Why is he acting so weird?
Oh, but hey, look at these two. This one talks about a bunch of places we've been to on holiday. The Duquesa Islands, the ferry boat to Magdalena, and this one about a secret lover. She wouldn't hide that sort of thing from me.
Yes. That's interesting. Helpful.
Now tell us about the third poem, you bugger. Can't help but feeling that Laszlo isn't being totally honest with me. You're hiding something. You know he's hiding something. Alright, who's she missing? Chaos. Who did she love and lose? That's the big question for 10 billion points. Any guesses? Or may have missed something. Well, we'll go with Chaos this time. See what we can find out. If there's one thing poems have in common, it's a sense of longing, a gaping hole in my mother's heart. And a magnetic connection with whomever left it there. But who could it be? Laszlo? No, he was never lost to her. My father? Absolutely not. Out of the question. Omar? Not after only a few weeks. Someone else then.
You sort of zoned out.
Oh, hey. Yeah. No, I'm fine. You know, reading your mother's innermost thoughts. It's a lot.
There's secrets in this family, huh?
For better or worse. It's funny.
What is?
I always thought my mother was in love with her art.
Well, depends what you want to call her art, isn't it?
And that's why we were so far apart. Distant, almost.
A silence. He knows what I'm about to ask.
Did she?
Did she ever mention you?
Yeah. That's my question.
We all think about ourselves, though. It's understandable, but we don't belong in every conversation.
No. Never.
That stings like a bee. A bee's the size of a truck.
That doesn't seem to surprise you.
I'm here to find my mother. Because she means something to me. To my family. And to some people on this island. No matter who she actually is when we're together. In in the same room.
His smile is warm and full of understanding. He steps away, leaving me to my thoughts again.
Nice one. Might have enough time to check on Nora. How about it? Huh?
I keep my distance from chaos. Their presence still feels dangerous.
Come on, Hub. You're here to uncover the truth, not get lost down memory lane.
Bond, etc. And now we have to go here. Omar is done with the poems and he's shared his discoveries. I hear a sigh and Omar places his pages down on a desk. His eyes are closed like he's meditating on the words he just read.
So? You took your time?
So much in here. Poetry, of course. But very precise descriptions of rituals and cultural artifacts even I've never heard of. I don't know how she came up with half the knowledge there is in this.
Come on. Time to compare notes. Hopefully something in here will point us in the right direction.
I do hope we'll get somewhere with this. I want to know what the third poem was. Well, my friends, we will take a break there and join this next time. In the meantime, hit the like, comment, subscribe if you want to help the channel grow. Enjoy your coffee. And may you have a blessed day. Apart. What's wrong with you?